So welcome to Lightroom. So today we're going to be going over web on the Lightroom modules. So I don't really think this is the greatest way to create a website, but what it's really actually pretty good for is especially for beginning either students or people having a portfolio evaluated. So let's say you're going to a portfolio evaluation, or if you're part of a club and you want to have people look at your images for your club or evaluate them. It's a really quick, easy way to make a web or a website, but not really use it as a website, just kind of use it locally on like a thumb drive or a hard drive for people to view it. So like let's say you are applying for a job in photojournalism and you had to send some images. You could create this for the person who's getting your images to quickly look at and navigate your portfolio. So I just have these images that I've been downloading, not a lot of them, some for these tutorials, and we are going to quickly convert this into a website. And the reason I wouldn't really use this for a normal website is just it's a little bit archaic and it's not the best presentation. So there's much better ways to create a website these days. So we're just going to come over here and click on web. And so it uploads, and what's pretty cool about this is it actually is already a functional gallery, as you can see. And we will scroll up to the top here, and there's 4 different methods. And so we have the classic gallery, which is really archaic and ugly looking. And you click on this, and it's got these next buttons. Then grid gallery, which is basically a white with a lot of space in here. So you would click on this, and this has got much better navigation to click through the images. We have the square gallery, which is making every image a square. This is probably one of the ones I like better. And same navigation button. And track gallery, which is very similar. So we'll just click down here on this image and it's giving you these buttons here. I like these buttons as well. And it's also got this up here. And it allows you to navigate through. So you can pick whichever one you want. It doesn't really matter. Next is your site info. And so this is great. This is where you're going to put your name. So I will just put my name. And when I hit tab, you'll see up here it's switched and changed to my name. So you would put your name in, and that way the client or person, whoever's looking at your gallery, can see that. Gallery author, same thing. My name, doesn't really matter. And then the URL is not something you really need because you're not going to be actually putting it on a website. So we'll just leave that blank for now. So next thing we have are colors and text. So right now this is black. I can come over here. If I decide I want this to be white, I can click and make that background white. So we will clear that out. Now the issue here is you're probably gonna, if you change one, you're gonna probably need to change the other. So we'll give it like a darker text. That looks good. And icons. I will leave the icons. We'll maybe make it a shade darker. And we'll try that. Whether that works or not, you can always go back and fix that. So next thing we have here are common settings. So row height, and this is going to be probably in pixels per inch. So as I adjust this, it's changing the row height and whatever you want. So row spacing, meaning this little space right here. So we want large, it's going to give us large. If we want none, it's going to give us none. So we'll go with none. Show header, not show header. So if you want that to show, it can show. If you don't, it won't. So that's up to you. Labels, so to show the title and the caption. So those would be good, like if you were a journalist and they would want to see your caption under the photos. You can easily select those or unselect them. It doesn't really matter. Images, so image quality. This is going to be for JPEG compression. So at 80%, if you're running like off a thumb drive or a hard drive, there's no reason to compress your images because they're all going to run really fast anyways. So I can just make mine really nice, and it's going to look better. So you can see it's all controlling that image, that information there. I'm going to actually row height. Let's make this a little bit small. Go back down so it's not so big. All right. So I would do it at 100%. There's no sense in doing that. If it's a website, then you can reduce that quality. So metadata, it's giving us copyright only or all. I would still use all. I always use all. Watermarking, so if you want to do a watermark on your images, this is just giving you a simple watermark, but also there are it's picking up your watermarks that you saved in your export function. So if you were to come over here and go over to export and scroll down to watermarks, notice I have watermarks here. Let me go to edit watermarks. So you can see here's the watermark. So that's what it's picking up. So you can see now it's loaded the watermark onto each one of my images in the gallery. So that's personal preference. You don't really need watermarks if you're just sending this to a client to look at or review your portfolio. They might actually be in the way. If you're using these for a gallery on the web where you're trying to sell images and you don't want people to copy and paste them, then you can stick the watermarks on there. So for me, I'm just probably gonna not use watermarks in this instance. And it looks like something I clicked to change the row height, so let's go back. Sorry about that. And then the last thing that we have here is upload settings, and we're not actually going to upload it, but that's okay. And what I'm going to do is, instead of calling this photos, I'm going to call this my name again. So we're going to put my name, and this would just give you a folder that you can put on a hard drive with your name, and then that would make it easy for the person to understand whose images these are. And then we're done. So notice we have upload and export. So upload is to actually come in here and upload to your FTP server. We're not going to be doing that. We are just going to export these images. So I'm going to hit export, and we can go to pictures. That will be perfectly fine. And I will save this to my name again and hit save. And we can see it's processing that gallery now. Alright, looks like that's done. So we'll come in here and go to pictures, and notice we have the my name, and inside the my name are three little icons. To run this, you want to double click on index HTML. Now this is going to run in your browser, whatever browser you have. So you could easily just put a little readme, a little text file that says readme, and you know, click on this to run this image, so people know what to do if they've never looked at basic HTML. So I'm just going to double click this. I'm going to have to drag my browser over here. Alright, so here's my browser. So you can see I've double clicked it, and then my name has come up, and it's got my images, and I can now toggle through and look at the different images in my gallery. And so that's a quick way for you to show someone your portfolio or work that you've done. It is super fast, super quick, and super easy. So hopefully that was helpful. You learned a little bit about how to create a web gallery within Lightroom, and then use it as sort of a way to show off your portfolio. And the reason I like this better than maybe a slideshow is because the slideshow just runs, and you would have to start stop it. By using web, it allows you to control how fast you look at images and go back and look at images and whatever you want to do. So leave your comments and questions below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.